everyone, and welcome to day 2 of your e-learning course. As promised, this is a little bit of a Brightspace classroom tutorial video for you guys. I really strongly suggest that even if you've used Brightspace before, that you take time to watch this video because every teacher does kind of run their Brightspace shells and their courses a little bit differently, and they have different expectations, and they've created different things in order to keep you organized. So I'm really going to walk you through that now in the next 5 minutes, and hopefully this will better orient you to our specific e-learning course for this semester. So we're on day 2 now, so you would have completed all of the day 1 tasks by now. And if you haven't, because you're a little slow to the game, or for whatever reason it might be, you really want to rewind and ensure that you've completed all of those day 1 tasks. So just a reminder that all of your tasks can be found located on your homepage of our e-learning course. This is what I'm on right now. So when you log in, my recommendation would be that you do sort of, we call this a favorites bar. If you click this little star here, you keep this as one of your favorites on your computer, so you can just jump into the course right away every single day. So this is our main homepage for our e-learning course. This is what we call kind of the hub of where you're going to be able to access everything for our course this semester. The activity feed is probably the place that you'll go to the most, because this is where I'm going to be posting your weekly schedule, your weekly videos, and then any kind of very important reminders, if you will. Okay, so this is our homepage and this is our activity feed. And every Sunday at 8 p.m., you're going to find that I post the weekly schedule, as well as a weekly video to take you through the schedule and what the expectations are for that week. Okay, so the reason for this is that in an e-learning classroom, it is self-directed and self-paced. So a lot of my students prefer to get a lot of the material done, at the beginning of the week, so that they can focus on other things throughout the week. That being said, it's all chunked for you, so that if you're like me and you rather get a little bit done every single day to stay on task, it's designed so that you can do that as well. So every Sunday at 8, you're going to see a post just like this, where I will have attached the weekly schedule. Okay, and so the weekly schedule is just a fantastic organizational tool, and it will chunk everything that you're doing for the week, as well as remind you about important information. So you'll want to always read through this content here. I'll always have a little preamble, because that will include some important updates. And then every day is broken down to you in a series of steps. And all of the content is hyperlinked into there as well. So you can click directly on these items in order to access what you need to. Okay, now I did address this already in our video yesterday, so this shouldn't be news to you, but this is where you'll actually access that information.
Good morning, CK. This is
I apologize for that. Okay, so we were just having some announcements in the school. So we'll jump right back into that. So in addition to the weekly post, I'll always have a video here as well for the What's on Tap. And I'll just really go through what the week looks like and the expectations for each day as well. So that's a great way for you to orient yourselves if you're more of an auditory or visual learner. Okay. So this is our main page. You'll find that this is the place that you go for the latest updates. On the sidebar here is our news feed, and you'll find that there are some helpful tools on the news feed as well, including our course calendar, and then any reminders that you might have for assignments that are due. Okay, so that will be helpful. And then there's a task bar as well, so you can click on these little task bar ideas or whatever as you complete the tasks as you go. Okay, so that's really the nitty-gritty of the homepage. Now, some other things that are important to acknowledge is really this nav bar here. You've got some interesting tools. So the first thing is this course home. This will always take you back to our main landing page. So for example, if you're under content and you're looking at the different content that we need for the day.
Mr. Rude, please call 321.
Okay, sorry about that. We're having lots of interruptions in the school right now, so this video doesn't have the greatest amount of flow, but that's okay. This is our content bar. So if you click on the content here, you're going to find that everything that you need for the course and everything that I refer to in the weekly posts are here for you under the content bar, okay? So the e-learning student orientation package that was given to you yesterday, it's all right here, okay? Everything from, Unit 1 is all right here. All of our Chicago style guides, all right here. So you can click on that as you go, and that's all of the content for the course. So it's a great place as well to keep organized. Like I said, if you wanted to navigate back to the homepage, you can just click on this course home button and it will take you right back to the activity feed. So it depends how you work. The idea of the weekly breakdown is that it's just as a really great tool for you. You don't necessarily even need to go to content that often because everything is there for you in the weekly breakdown. Now, when I'm referring to discussion posts, you're going to find all of that information under communication. So you'll click communication, it's going to take you to discussions. This is where you're going to be completing your course discussions for this class. Now, I mentioned this yesterday. Discussions make up a major component of your grade. They are all marked. They all have a corresponding rubric. And in order to earn marks, you have to first obviously complete your post, but then you also have to ask a question of your peers and then go in and reply to their questions, at least 2 of them, for every single discussion post. As I also mentioned to you guys, that all work from this week is always typically due the following Monday at 8 a.m. So for example, this week you have an introductory discussion post, which is located right here, Discussion 1 Introductions. And you have to answer, obviously, that discussion post and reply to 2 peer posts, and that's due next Monday at 8 a.m., okay? The reason that I do this is to sort of keep this all of the deadlines consistent, is just to help you stay organized again. Now, you can certainly, and I highly recommend, you get your work done in advance of the deadline. A lot of my students complete their work before the Monday 8 a.m. deadline because obviously it just helps to ensure that you're staying on top of your work better and that you're not spending your whole weekend doing homework. But it's just, again, a consistency piece for my e-learning students that we do, okay? Now, do pay attention to deadlines because sometimes they do shift depending on the nature of the project and also depending on whether or not we have a PD day on that Monday, okay? So that's under communication. Assessments is where you'll find Dropbox, and Dropbox is where you will find any assignments that will be given to you throughout our course. So for example, this week you have your very first journal entry assignment, and you'll see that in Dropbox right now. You can go in and do that. Now, my Dropbox looks very different from yours, so don't get confused. But you will go in and you'll be able to see your first assignment journal entry there posted. And this is where you will also submit your files. You can submit video files, infographic files, but any writing that we do in this course, I ask that you complete through Google Documents. The reason for this is that it just guarantees that it will work. Number 1, I'll be able to open the file. And number 2, it automatically saves your file so that we know that it will be there no matter what. Okay, it's also just consistent for everyone. Really, these are the most important tools that you're going to need for this course. Another great tool is this course schedule. So if you click on this, I actually update every single week the entire schedule for the course here. So for example, say you got really sick. Well, let's assume that that doesn't happen. But say you got really sick and you got really behind in the course. This is just going to be a total breakdown of everything that we've done throughout the course this semester. So you can always go back or refer back. Another great tool, another great way that this tool can be used is if you're studying for a unit test and you forget, oh my gosh, what do we do during this unit? It's all here. Okay, so you can go back. Like I said, though, I strongly recommend you're keeping strong course notes as you go so that when the test comes, you already have all of the work right in front of you in your notes. But sometimes things happen, so this is another way that you can utilize this tool, okay? And then that's really it. There's a lot more, obviously, to this, but for the most part, this is really all you're going to need to be successful for this particular course as you navigate Brightspace. Some of you guys have used Brightspace before, and this is easy, and some of you are going to have no idea what's happening. But what I will promise is that after the first few weeks, you're going to feel a lot better in this space, and actually, Brightspace is amazing. You'll really get quite comfortable with it, and it is what universities and colleges use, so the sooner you get on this ship, the better. If you have any questions, you can email me anytime, okay? Hopefully this helps to clarify a few things. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you online.